Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for those that don't know me, my name is Gray. And in this channel, we react to content. Content. Today we'll be looking at AITA. Am I the a-hole? Posts. Some juicy. Guest wetu ndo huyu hapa leo. Introduce, bro.
Yeah, I was waiting for the part and tapata intro. Could you see me just looking weird like Anyways, my name is Teabag. I'm
Teabag.
I am Teabag.
Looks like the Bank of Africa wasn't allowing any withdrawals.
Okay.
Anyways, make sure to like, share, subscribe. I know that's her line, but it's better if it comes from a stranger. Proves credibility kidogo. So yeah, we're gonna go to Reddit. Am I the
So,
Hey, here's the first one. Am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment because she killed a bug? Okay.
bug. Like ladybug.
Oh, thought she was a
Me too.
programmer. I was hanging out with my girlfriend in my room yesterday. She said she saw a fly crawling around my desk and asked me to kill it. I don't like killing bugs, so I just said I'd open a window and shoo it out. Before I could do so, my mom called me downstairs for something, so I told her I'd be back and not to kill the fly. I was back 5 minutes later and my girlfriend informed me she had crushed the fly and laughed. This upset me. I don't like killing bugs and explicitly told her not to. And she still did it. I told her that I was upset and she rolled her eyes and said she didn't get the big deal. It was just a bug. Since then, I haven't felt like talking to her much.
Wow.
She got angry and texted me that I was the asshole for being so upset and ignoring her over a bug. Am I the asshole?
Do you think he's the...
I mean, he's... Let's start off with the fact that he's a teeny bit too sensitive.
And it's a fly.
It's a fly. Flies are a menace.
Yes.
Flies should not exist.
It
Okay?
means that, it doesn't mean anything but...
It means flies should not exist. Let's start off there, okay? Like,
That's so annoying.
what are flies even good for? I wish somebody could tell me, like, what flies are actually good
How
for.
do they help in the ecosystem?
They pick up and take it to people who don't...
Food.
Yeah, people who don't cover their food. They're good to kind of like, fist bump Darwin to kill the people who don't like cover their food.
or
Yeah.
drinks.
Yeah, so watch out. This is a cholera PSA. It was actually a prank. This wasn't a my video. Yes. Prevent cholera, boil your water, and cover your food.
Yes.
Flies should not exist. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
If you do not...
I'm around.
If you know how they help in the ecosystem, you could at least tell us in the comments below, because I don't get how flies help us.
Yes, if you somehow use flies for anything useful in life, let us know, because we need to capitalize on that. There's too many flies and not too many purposes to give the flies.
And I think the boyfriend, is the a-hole for this. A teeny bit fly.
Imagine me not talking to you. Bebu usiwe huyo mbu. Iko na damu yangu. Usiwe huyo mbu.
You keep it as a pet.
What? I put it in a glass box and just kind of slide my hand in the glass box. Be like, eat my child. Oh God.
Oh my God. So I think this guy is an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole person. Oh, for not talking to the girl, yes.
Because of the bug.
Yes, but I'll add that he's a pussy. Come on, bro. He's a pussy. He's a bro. Like, I'm just saying. Let's just go. Natuane nani wanatetea
Let's see what Reddit had to say about him.
You're the asshole. This is the silliest thing I've heard all day. I'm rolling my eyes just reading it. It's a fly. They're not only pests, they can actually spread disease.
Exactly.
He gets it.
Not only is the argument juvenile, but so is doing the silent treatment.
I leave you because you
talk things out like grown adults.
What is there to talk out? Fly lives matter. Come on, bro. Come on.
Lives matter.
Yeah, man. It's like, come on, bro. Oh, thank you. I have a strong suspicion these are not any grown adults. My mom called me downstairs.
They sound like high school kids.
Yeah. The fact that your mom can call you downstairs and you're with your girlfriend, I mean, unless you and your mom kind of live in the same building.
Seems like they do.
But let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Inaweza kuwa rental. Unaishi rooftop na mama yako anaishi ground floor. Juu magoti zake ni mbaya hawezi panda juu.
I usually see there's this electric chair that usually attached to kwa stairs. And then you just sit on it and then you pull like a button and then inakupandisha kutoka chini ya stairs hadi juu.
Kele inashukishanga ule mzee anaenda kwa moto. Okay, let's go on. Am I the asshole for asking my parents not to have when I'm home? Okay, this one's a bit tricky. Let's
The request, it's something I've not even had talk with my parents.
Mama.
It's sort of a taboo. It was a taboo in our household.
I mean, mine too, but let's continue.
I 14. Okay, he's 14.
Yeah,
non-binary. Non-binary, okay. I 14 non-binary have asked my parents, 45 male and 47 female, to not do it while I'm at home on countless occasions. And even my siblings have yelled at them about it, and yet they seem to not care. They always do it late at night too. Even if I have school the next day, they are just in their room going at it, the floors and their bed, and are really hella creaky, which makes it even louder. They know it makes me uncomfortable, and yet they still do it. So am I the a-hole in this situation? Okay, this is tricky.
Urban preach flaws, sign in.
This is tricky.
Very. I mean, on one end, you have two parents that kind of, I mean, they're adults. They're two consenting adults. They can do whatever the they want to. But on the other hand, it's how it affects the kids. There's something I have realized though, like the more you kind of grow up and have kids, you kind of learn to have really silence. I don't know.
I don't have kids.
Maybe it's just me. Like I can never relate to this
at the moment.
And my parents haven't been celibate, so I know it's been going down, but I don't want to think about it. And this post kind of makes me uncomfortable because I'm thinking about it now. Oh!
Imagine. I've also not had this happen. But
yeah.
Anyway. Okay, this...
What do you think?
I don't really think he's the asshole. In this situation, I think the parents are the assholes, if I'm being fair. Because it looks like the kids have told them over and over again, but they seem to not even understand how the thing affects their kids psychologically. And this is nuts.
To be honest, like, no pun intended, but it kind of ducks with your mind when you hear parents ducking. It's like, they're ducking all the time.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson style. Sometimes they go uppercut,
It kind of messes up the child's brain in a way. Not really like excessively, but it messes with your head.
Even I think it has to with you, like in a subconscious.
Yeah, subconsciously.
Yeah. Like you're being exposed to early. There's a reason why kids there's a reason why a con site will ask you if you're 18 or plus. And you bringing up a 14-year-old child in that environment, and even the siblings kind of know about it. Come on, it's fucking uncomfortable. Bro.
Yeah.
Don't be that person. Book a hotel, or just buy duct tape.
Nani?
And lie to yourself that it's role play.
Yeah, it might work. Let's see what Reddit has to say.
Oh god. Nah, it's okay to be uncomfortable with the idea of your parents having. That's normal. You're the from some of Reddit's millennials at wager who'd have kids your age and feel attacked. But there's no rules here. This is just good family dynamic, honestly. Exactly. It's good they're still having. It's
true.
Good you feel comfortable enough to address them about it. Edit. Millennials who don't remember exactly the same as teenagers apparently. Very good, OP. Your family dynamic is healthy. Anyone well researched in this childhood development, socio-sexual development or similar would agree. This is good. Yeah, I feel good to be on the side of somebody that is well researched in childhood development, social-sexual, social-sexual development or similar. Yeah.
Good for their parents, by the way. Like, I hear that some couples don't have like continuously even in their old age. Like 40s is not old, but if you're married for a long time, I think sometimes kuna haukuangi in the mood.
Yeah.
But it's actually good to see them having it more often than other couples, maybe.
Can I play devil's advocate here? Let me play devil's advocate. Let's make it interesting, okay? People grow old, right? Does it necessarily mean that there's a need to stop just because they have kids?
No.
And so you do realize that people sometimes get caught up in the heat of the moment. So what happens when the kids are kind of in the next room and,
The creaky.
the haircut was made during that time of the month?
Oh, really?
I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Devil's advocate.
No, but them ignoring the kids' request to like at least tone down, I think that's an move.
Yeah, I feel like if I was in the same situation, I'd be like, kind of let's grind and kind of get more money so that maybe on Fridays, atakama the kids know this is our parents' day out or whatever, you can do it somewhere in a hotel or somewhere
else.
Sisemi ati structure your lives, but you could still have an active life, but try to put it in such a way that you don't usijiachilie sana to the point that your kids kind of have to come and tell you, hey, your is really loud, don't do that. You know how hard it is for a kid to actually even come up to you and tell you that. Maybe it's just me thinking because I'm an African, because I'd be damned if I had to go and tell my parents, hey, don't do the thing, don't. It irks me just thinking about it. The issue people voting you are the have with reasoning isn't that OP isn't allowed to be uncomfortable and raise it to their parents to try and resolve it. The issue is they've jumped straight to my parents shouldn't have while me or my siblings are home, including at night.
How dare you?
Also, we live at home, so it's basically means no having for them for the next several years as their resolution. That is I see the point.
How?
It's the kids saying, hey, don't do the thing for 23 years.
Oh, hell no!
Would you?
Can't happen.
Exactly. I won't give up even for my kids. Okay, that sounds bad.
No, it's not bad. You send them to a sleepover. Send them to a sleepover and have the house for you and your wife or your husband. And you can do it even anywhere.
Yeah, boy.
Are we going on to the third one?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Am I the asshole for reporting my neighbor's crying baby to our landlord? No.
Why are you reporting a baby?
Come on, man. NANI?
This one sounds spicy. This one is the one in which you disagree, and I'm totally okay with that. Let's go. Let's disagree for once. Let's start. Are you reading this one?
No, read.
I, 34 female, live upstairs in a duplex with my 2 boxer and pitty mixes. Those are dogs, by the way.
Okay.
I've lived here for 5 years with my ex, who recently moved out. Last year, my neighbors, 31 female and 30
male,
okay, moved in downstairs after the unit had been empty for a while. They were good neighbors until this year when they had a baby. Apparently, they had to go through IVF and a bunch of miscarriages. She posted all about it on Facebook. Okay. I thought it was too much information, but whatever. I'm only her Facebook friend because she added me. She's made a big deal about being pregnant and it's been annoying to see it, but I just ignored her. Anyway, since she's had the baby, I've had to deal with the crying from downstairs. It's not as bad as I expected, but it's really annoying. I've gone down and knocked down on. Oh, sorry. I've gone down and knocked on their door a couple of times to tell them to keep the noise down. Every time they apologize and blame their baby, but nothing has. He did it. But let's continue. um, every time they apologize and blame their baby, but nothing has changed. I got fed up and reported them to our landlord for making too much noise. The landlord talked to the neighbors who are now turning it around on me, saying my dogs are too loud. Wow. Then I play music at night that wakes their baby up. Well, it's a lot to process. My dogs aren't that loud and hardly ever bark when I'm home. I get annoyed and went down to talk to my neighbor about it, and she got really nasty with me and blamed me and my dogs for always waking up her baby. She said she can hear every one of mine and my dog's footsteps and the dog's nails on the floor specifically. That the dogs bark the whole time, not around during the day, and that I put my music up too loud at night. I told her that I can't make my dogs not bark when I'm out, and that they're dogs on hardwood floors, and that I didn't know what she expected living in a downstairs unit. Slam dunk, that's a good point. Also told her I'm allowed to have people over and my music on whenever I want in my home. I don't think it's fair to ask me to change my life when I'm not the one who's had a baby. My neighbor got an attitude and she was only asking me to be respectful of our shared space, and brought up hearing an argument I had with an ex.
With my ex.
I had with my ex a few weeks ago. I admit it was a little bit loud, but it wasn't that big of a deal. I laughed and told her that pretty much went out the window when she had a baby, but she shut the door in my face. I reported the whole conversation to my landlord, so there's a record of my complaints because I want them and that baby out of here. When I was telling a friend about what was happening, she told me I was being a major to struggling new parents, but I think that that's their problem and not mine. But I wanted to get some unbiased feedback because that friend is usually a little over emotional for my taste.
Stop it. Get some help.
This is it's messy.
It's so messy.
It's messy. I feel both sides fucked up.
Are
Both sides are kind of assholes.
both of you suck.
But I can't say this. Mi nimekaa na mtoi after amezaliwa. Disclaimer, I'm not a baby daddy. Okay? I'm not a baby daddy, so don't look at me funny, okay? So you do know that I raised my nephew. Yeah. So I understand kids. And I understand that they can be a lot to deal with. Even at the times, especially at the times when you want them to shut the fuck up. Kids.
Yeah,
Kids are a handful.
I have experience to Kwanzaa with 2 kids. Not even 2, 3.
3 kids.
3 kids.
God
my
damn.
niece, my nephew. I raised those 3 when they were like newborns. I was around at the time when they were newborns, and it was hectic. Hataki kunyonya, and it's not like you can give them food, so it's just breastfeeding. So you're like nini unataka, and you can't really like do this to them. They'll wataongeza volume.
Hey. And you know,
Wataongeza volume.
I don't know why. There's something about kids. Kids just kind of notice your energy. When they notice you're like kind of being off or being hostile or negative, wanaeka volume juu. It's like Shwanda baby, you know? Shwanda baby. No pun intended. But let's get to the core of the issue. One, these are 2 parents that have struggled with having a kid. I would understand them being excited for a kid after a couple of miscarriages and IVFs. I would understand that to some extent. Posting about all of it on Facebook.
I mean, it's not really a problem if both of them are
okay with it.
Are okay with it, because they were trying to find people that relate to the issue. So maybe they were trying to find comfort in a way.
Yeah.
So I can't really blame them. It might be TMI for some people and for and for OP, but for them, it's maybe a way to like find comfort.
Maybe it's just me, but I kind of usually have a not a problem. It kind of comes off to me weird when you put out your very personal problems out for all these people to see. Like, you're giving a lot of people unnecessary stones to hit you with in the events that they decide to. Let's start off with that. Okay. But let's get to the real issue at hand. I understand kids can be assholes. They're adorable little assholes all the time. So, with the first bit, you can't stop a kid from crying. Let's just assume that. Let's just say that from the get-go. Unless you plan on gagging your kid, like you're kidnapping them. Kidnapping.
Got it!
Kidnapping. Yeah. So unless you plan on gagging them, which is not going to happen, kids are always gonna cry.
Yeah.
And I feel the neighbor that was upstairs, I mean, yeah, it's noisy, but sometimes you do understand that people have no control over these situations.
Yeah, I think he was being inconsiderate.
And also the downstairs neighbor was actually an asshole in the fact that, okay, najua pia dogi naweza piga kelele, but in the same way pia wewe huwezi nini dogi. Dogs do whatever the they want to.
They're like kids.
Yeah.
Like, I saw somewhere that a dog has a mind of a 2-year-old.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, most dogs have the mind of a 2-year-old.
Then I think I like 2-year-olds. Okay, that sounded sus. But but you get the idea.
Yeah. I think the part ya dogi, the parents, they were trying to find a backlash for the upstairs neighbor. Like, sasa juu umetuambia mtoto wetu analia, pia wewe dogi zako zina bark na unaweka ngoma loud, so it's unafanya hivi, so pia sisi tunafanya hivi, like, you get.
Yeah, but tunaweza cheza devil's advocate hapo kidogo. Like, mwenye ako chini, mwenye ako downstairs. Downstairs basically anaweza kwa alinyamazia hiyo story. Na amenyamazia for the longest time because he's trying to be a good neighbor.
Yeah.
I understand and I get that a lot. You remember when we lived at that place?
Yeah.
And those people were kind of Yeah, we lived downstairs and two
Never
giants.
brought it up.
Yeah, two giants two giants lived upstairs, and then they were, I don't know, they liked to dance a lot.
Maybe.
So the thing is, we didn't bring it up because in a way we're just being good neighbors. Na pia sisi tulikuwa na maneighbor downstairs pia.
Yeah.
So they never brought it up, and we never brought up Kenya Likoko Juu. So you understand, if somebody brings that up to me, I would also be tempted to talk to them about the things that also piss me off about them. And so hapo tunaweza sema GG 1-1. You understand? Yeah. But Nani downstairs took it a step ahead when she talked about the argument with the ex.
Oh yeah.
That was an asshole move.
But OP said actually she agreed that the argument was loud. That's the thing. She said that they were arguing and it was loud.
I mean, arguments are supposed... no, you get my point. Arguments just tend to be loud, bro.
Yeah.
GG.
It's...
For the dogs versus the baby.
Yeah, and the music. You forgot the music.
The dogs, the baby, and the music.
The music beat though it's something you can control. So I think OP was kind of an asshole there. Like, you know, when a baby is crying.
Sorry, nimekumbuka kitu nitakwambia tukimaliza. Ukimaliza hapo.
You know, when umaishi yes, hiyo time ulikuwa unaishi kwa nyumba yenye iko na mtoto mdogo. Were you like putting up volume mingi kwa TV ama kwa ngoma?
Nah.
Like, so you put it like a
Now you moderate. Even like
you
earphones.
Kind of be considered. Ataka si earphones. You just put something that will not go through the kama ni floor.
Anyone that's had a kid knows how much struggle it takes to put a kid to sleep. Alafu amshwa hapa na maraga zako hapa. Also, amesema anacheza ambient sounds when she sleeps at night. Anacheza music. That has to be the loudest ambient music. Ebu imagine sleeping to dance hall. You know, like, you know, I kind of look at you weird, bro. Here we go. Mtoya melala hapo saa 9.
You planning to sing soon? Hoo, here we go. He actually has a nice voice.
Summertime. Anyways, 2-2. I think they're both apples.
Nah, I think it's 2-1.
Why?
The music and the dogs.
See those kind of... Okay, music is controllable.
2-1.
Music is controllable. Makes sense.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
2-1. So upstairs is kind of the... Because the factors that she can control one of them and chooses not to. You know, versus the new couple that have a kid that... Mtoto is outside of your control. So I can't really blame them. Let's check out the comments though.
You're the asshole. First of all, what the does her making a big deal of being pregnant do to annoy? Exactly, like why is her sharing the information on Facebook and not like inakuashia?
It's just TMI.
It's TMI, but inakuashia wapi?
Juni TMI.
It does not really affect your life in any way.
I mean, I can post that my is out on Facebook. Should I do it?
No.
Exactly.
But it doesn't affect anyone apart from you.
You get the idea, Gray. I'm just saying, I shouldn't post that my is out on Facebook. But if I do, you kind of get where this is headed. You know, some things are personal za kujiekea.
I disagree. Let's disagree to agree.
Let's agree to disagree.
OP, you're the asshole. You think people should put up with your noise, dogs, nails on hardwood, dogs barking, music, arguments, but expect silence from your neighbors? No, it can't happen, especially when you have a baby. What is funny is that she was actually fine with all of your noise, much of which can't be controlled, until you complained about a crying baby, which cannot be controlled. So, you see, it's a 3-1. The argument, the music, and the dogs.
But the argument was a one-time thing. Some things, to some extent, an argument is out of your control. So, tumpatie to 2-1.
3-1.
I'm just saying. Check out the username. Go up.
Hello, just saying. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
Oh, there's 4. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's get spicy.
The last one and the final one.
Bam.
Am I the a-hole for firing an employee after his parents died?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Damn.
Number 1.
Okay, let's read. I'm judging, but let's read. I'm the VP. VP is vice president. I'm the vice president of sales at a software company, and one of our sales development reps' parents passed away at the beginning of April. Sadly, they were involved in a car crash and both lost their lives. Now, the employee in question is a very young 22-year-old guy and has been with us for about 10 months now. He's a great employee and we were thinking about promotions in the next 6 months for him. His job is a high-paying one for a new grad, about 90k. Ooh. With commission. Commission. 90k plus commission due. Okay.
A new graduate.
A new grad. Okay, 90k with commission and base, so we expect a lot from this position. Because of the accident, we let him take a 1-month paid leave of absence from work, and he's returned a few weeks ago and his performance is severely lacking. He's super unmotivated, not cold calling, outreaching to prospects for the last 2 to 3 weeks enough since he's come back. Our whole management team has noticed this and we decided to let him go because we feel like he'd need months and months to be able to produce again, and we can't just wait that long. We called him into a meeting on Friday afternoon and gave him the bad news. He was very calm and rude about it, told us to go ourselves, and got up and went to his desk, grabbed his few things and left. I thought this was very, very unprofessional and extremely rude. I told my boyfriend about all of this and he said myself and my management team are a bunch of and pricks with no hearts. Am I the a-hole?
I like the boyfriend. Pause.
You have something to say as I continue processing this?
Okay, let's start off with this. What happened to unpaid leave? I'm just saying, you can still keep somebody as an employee, but on unpaid leave, you don't have to fire somebody.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
Especially with things that deal with sales. With sales, you have to be like really in your element for you to actually deliver.
Yeah.
Like sales is all about talking with people and getting into that. You have to really hone in on that energy, and you have to be talking to people consistently. And sometimes if you have something that's bugging you at the back of your mind, you might lose your confidence as an employee, and I totally understand that. I really don't get why they had to fire him though.
Yeah.
Like, you can even get tell him to go for counseling, at least start off with that. Like, you don't say, okay, now you're an orphan, 1 month and you recover. Come on, bro. Like,
It's not fair!
It's a lot to process.
yeah, 2 parents gone at the same time. So this kid was basically turned into an orphan.
Just like, and
Evil.
it's a car crash. See ati they were sick.
Yeah, it's nile hutaraji.
It's so
You don't expect it at all. It's
an asshole move.
yeah, it's very, very messed up.
Whole
And
move.
you can imagine if this happened and it got the kid. And mind you, this kid is 22 years old. Hajajijua, he hasn't known himself. He hasn't probably learned to. He hasn't known himself to the point where he can regulate his emotions. I'll just assume that because a lot of 22-year-old people haven't done that yet. They haven't had the necessary life experience to know how to deal with things that life throws at them.
Yeah.
I was dumb as 22, bro. I just know that for a fact. And if this happened to me,
This is devastating,
yeah,
to say the least.
this would be the 13th reason. I'm sorry to say.
13 reasons why.
Yeah, this would be my 13th reason. I get a high-paying job at 90K. That's how much?
Plus commission.
Plus commissions. Let's say this kid was earning maybe 100K. Just roughly.
Yeah.
100, because it's software, okay? Software pays a lot. So
Sales.
yeah, he's doing sales in a software company. So basically for every customer you kind of bring on board, they you understand what I'm trying to say? Imagine getting that job, life is all going perfectly, and then your parents go, 1 month later you lose that kind of job. It does something to you. And it actually might prolong the suffering that this kid has to go through, and it's actually going to mess him up for an even longer time period by the time he gets another job.
I really hope wherever he is ako sawa.
I hope he had his savings intact.
Because hii ni nini ya kitambo.
Yeah, but I hope he had his savings intact.
I hope so. This is tough.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, you guys are the a-hole. If you did not bring him back, I really hope you brought him back.
It's hard.
It's hard, but I think when you're in that position and like you're grieving and you have no job, I feel like if this management team decide to like waseme tuite huyu mtu to apologize na tumweleze vizuri like mbona walimfire it, and then sasa wampe job tena, he might consider. He might.
Yeah, tell you to go screw yourself.
He might consider, especially when in that position of.
Sometimes it's not about the money.
Stop the cap!
It's about the principle. Ebu imagine you doing this to me, alafu I go back to working for you. Do you think you are, bro? Fuck you, man.
It's bad.
Very.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, that's fucking assholes. Even before you read the comment. You're the asshole for firing him without first going through the steps of describing his issues to him. Thank you. And giving him a chance to improve. He's been back for only 2 to 3 weeks. It's not about having heart. It's about making a dumb business decision for both you and him. So much smarter to work with this guy to get him back on track after a temporary setback than to push the eject button and to have to find and start over with a new person. Dumb. By the way, this is another thing. If I as an employee lose my parents and I'm having a hard time, I would actually value the company so much more if they held my hand and walked me through just generally, just give me more time. Unanipata? Ata take something off my salary and get me a counselor. Chalazima, make it mandatory.
Yeah.
Even if I don't want to go to, make it mandatory that I go to a counselor and seek the help that I need. I would totally understand that. Seriously.
What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Nilikuwa nimesema what a like that parrot. What the fuck? And you all decide to fire him with no warning, no PIP. PIP, by the way, is think of it like a probation period. Not that you're an asshole, but so is everybody else
Who was involved?
in this decision. He basically said they're more concerned with the commission the position brings. So it's a money thing.
Yeah, it's a money thing. I don't think they really cared about
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a disposable
Sad.
person, which kind of makes it a 2-0 on the whole spectrum.
Yep.
You are souls. Bad souls. That's what she said.
No. Anyway, guys, I think we've come to the end of today's video. If you have any comments about any of the stories, you can comment down below, and let's hear what you have to say. And yeah, hey, do you have anything you want to say?
Don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe. You're putting everything down here.
Subscribe.
Just subscribe. Hey, have fun. Stay safe.
Yamete kudasai.
Yeah.